Hey guys, I'm Johnny Lee.
And I'm Louis Richardson.
And we are directorsjxm. It's been one hell of a year, guys, and we're doing a recap, so let's get started. Alright, so earlier this year in January, in the beginning of 2016, we released a short film called Lost Luck, which was written and directed by me. We really had no idea what we were doing. We just wrote a really good story. I wrote a really good story, I think, and in a way, I executed it, and for me, I didn't think I did a really good job. But we still put it up there anyways, just to see how much we would end up in by the beginning and where we're going to end up later on. And the journey is pretty damn well done. I'm really happy what we got. So production wise, it went well. It was really cold that day for Lost Luck. It had to do with death and loss, and it was about two guys thinking that they can make it on their own without the help of their own mother. And it took them down a path where it led to death, and just... it was really dark. And from that short film, we started heading down dark stories and dark short films, and there was no type of comedy in any of our short films after that. So yeah, I was actually pretty grateful for Lost Luck.
Okay, so right after Lost Luck, we dived right into Sleeping Giant. It was actually originally a class project, and then the original idea was supposed to have something to do with Star Wars. We had just done the other one, Schism of Brothers, and you know, I was still in the Star Wars mood. I was so in love with The Force Awakens. I wanted to do something where, you know, this kid gets bullied, and then, you know, he somehow has force powers, and then eventually it evolved out of that, and it became just a regular story about a kid with powers. Then it got a little bit more chronicle-ish, with Sean being a bit more reclusive, and, you know, it just went through a lot of different phases before it eventually got to what it is right now. And I was so happy with the end result. The class that I made it for, they absolutely loved it. They loved the darkness of it. They loved it. I think that was one of the coolest ones I'd ever done. So I was really happy with the end result. Sean, someone that doesn't usually come out and like to be on camera, he did an excellent job with a lot of the nonverbal, just looking and staring and brooding, and you know, I thought he did a really dope job. Adrian, Johnny, yeah, everybody loved it. So, you know, I was really happy with that, and I thought it was one of the great ways to start off the year. And, you know, I was just super happy with it. Okay, so after Sleeping Giant, we went on to do Breaking Point. I wasn't originally gonna do Breaking Point. I had some ideas for where we wanted to go, but then Johnny had some ideas too, so we collaborated. We went in my room one day, and we literally just came up with the entire idea, just like sitting there on my bed, just brainstorming left and right. And, you know, I was in it. I was a PI. Then, you know, I wanted to have, you know, Johnny and Sean fight each other, and, you know, have a conflict together. And then, you know, I don't know, I really liked the way it came out. You know, the whole thing with you know, that whole conflict coming to a head. I think that was some of my best acting, personally. You know, I don't really like to see myself on camera, but, you know, that one, I think I did a pretty good job. And then everybody else absolutely killed it. Johnny and Sean, they took the whole thing to the next level, so, you know. Yeah,
I thought it was great, honestly. After Sleeping Giant, it was so well done. And honestly, to be real with you guys, that was not what we had planned. It was a class project that Louis had to do for school, and I thought it was fantastic, you know. And I was like, yo, we should do a sequel to this, and we were like, alright, let's do it. And I felt like it would be great to turn myself as the brother on Sean because of what he's capable of doing, and me having to disagree with that. I thought it was a great story to play around with. I honestly, in terms of story, I think that was like the best one that we've ever told. Production wise, direction, it was great. I love working on that, and it was a way for us to, like, it was another dark story. We've done so much dark stories.
What's wrong with us?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with us. We need to do comedy. We keep doing dark stories, and I feel like it's been one hell of a year. There's so many things that happen outside of besides directorsjxm itself. So many crazy things happened in 2016 that I think it was a way for us to do dark stories as well, and with that, it gave us a lot of successes and a lot of great ideas. Alright, my next short film after that would be Powerless, and I gotta say, writing and directing that one, it felt good. I was going there very strong. I knew that I had to make this the best one that we've ever done. We've done a lot of visual effects in the past, and I wanted to put all of that and wrapped it around a story, a really good story with some great acting. And, you know, honestly, the story, in my opinion, was good for my part, but my execution of the story itself through film was something that I definitely need to work on. I really didn't like the way how it turned out, in my opinion. A lot of people said that it was good, but as a director's point of view, in my way, if I don't think I did good, it's a way for me to do better work in the future. But yeah, that short film took forever to make. It took 3 days to film, production wise. It took like a week of pre-production, and post, we filmed this in July and we did not post this up into our channel until like October. So it is crazy how that many visual effects can like take that long in post. So in the midst of that, we uploaded a few things before that, but Powerless was definitely something that we filmed after Breaking Point. But yeah, I'm really proud of it. I definitely think that when it comes to doing visual effects, we need to be more careful and start thinking of better ways to do it and making it more realistic in a way where it feels real and it actually means something in front of the camera, you know, with the story added to the characters as well. Alright, so in the month of August in 2016, we plan to do 3 short films within 1 week, which is our biggest obstacle yet. We decided to take our next challenge and try to see how fast and how well we can work with 3 short films within that 1 week. We had 2 Star Wars short films planned and a drama that I wrote. So there was 2 written and directed by me, and there was 1 a silent film that was written and directed by my best friend Lewis Richardson. And I gotta say, we actually did all those 3. We filmed all 3 within that 1 week, and it was crazy. Closure is my next short film after Breaking Point, which I did, and honestly, I wanted to take it down a little bit, you know, like I've done so much action, I've done so much visual effects. I actually wanted to do something that was actually pretty soft and pretty sad, and do something that was kind of relating to my life in the past a little bit. So my great friend Ella, she decided to be part of it. It was great. We wrote a story, the script, and we just, it was an easy night. It was like a late night production, and it was like 11 o'clock, and we just sat in the front porch, and we just read the lines, and we gave our best performance in front of the camera. And I gotta say, even though it could have went better with, you know, with more camera movements and all this extra stuff, I felt like the story was delivered perfectly. I think that in terms of acting, it could have been a lot better, but whatever that I need to say in front of the camera for in terms of acting and the lines that I needed to say, I think it was really good. And from that, I'm really inspired to do more drama next year. I'm gonna start taking it down a little bit with the action, because after Star Wars and all these extra short films that we're doing, I feel like drama will be the best path for directorsjxm, personally for me, to take it down a notch and, you know, just start working on something soft and something more romantic and more relatable to the human aspects that people go through every day. Alright, my next short film after that would be The Fourth Day, which was released recently in October on Halloween. It was a horror short film. Honestly, I always talked about doing a horror short film where it's not cliche, and it's hard to do horror short films nowadays because you don't want it cliche, you don't want it predictable, you try to make it scary as possible. What better way to do that than to make it really mysterious and make it more psychological? So it was a psychological horror short film where it was all happening in her mind, and I didn't want to reveal what she was bearing underground. It was more of a way to show the audience that the possibilities are endless when it comes to people having one of the most darkest secrets in there, and you don't know what it is because nobody ever really tells their darkest secrets. So I think that was a really good short film. It was a fun day to shoot. We were clowns on set, cracking jokes and everything, and it was great the way how it turned out. I guess it was another way for me to take it down a notch with the action, you know. I just wanted something peaceful, something nice, no visual effects, because it's so much hard work, and it's a headache and really tedious to do visual effects. And don't mind me, I love action, Lewis loved action, we all love action, but like for the horror one, I really wanted to take it down a notch and just show visually by telling the story through the shots and everything, even though there was no dialogue.
Okay guys, so after that, I went on to do Mass Effect, Indoctrination. I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. It's honestly one of my most favorite video games of all time. With In7 Day coming around, real quick, I wanted to do something really interesting, an isolated event that took place during the third one. I always thought it'd be a cool idea to show what the people on Earth were thinking during the Reaper invasion. You leave Earth in the beginning of the game and then you don't come back until the end, and it's very different. I always thought to see something about the heroes of Earth, I thought that would be a really cool, interesting idea. So, obviously we can't do these big budget effects where the Reapers come down and smash everything. So I thought an isolated little thing where 2 guys are just trapped in a room, and then the effects of indoctrination start to ensue. I thought that would be really interesting. So, I wrote the script, I started storyboarding it, and then, eventually our friend Ella, thank you so much for letting us use your house. She let us use the garage, and I think we did something pretty dope. me and Johnny were pretty much the only ones in the entire thing. We did the voiceovers. We had the little special effects in the wood scene, and that stuff I thought was really dope to be able to show how much I love that freaking game. That game is so freaking dope. But yeah, I was super excited to be able to do that. Star Wars Reprisal, the final one for me this year. I was super happy with this one because we had done one last year, Star Wars Schism Brothers. You don't have to look it up; it wasn't that good anyway. And at the time I loved it, but as time went on, I was like, you know what, we could have done a lot better here, there, everywhere. And eventually we started thinking of this idea like back in the summer, this and Runaway, and then eventually I started storyboarding it. I thought it would be interesting if it was silent. There was no dialogue. It was unnecessary. We would just have the visuals, and the visuals would tell the story. And eventually that's what we did. We improved on the special effects. We had more complicated stuff. The actors were really dope. We had our boy Dennis come in. He's a martial artist, so we had the action scene look really dope. And I really thought through this one. I think it's like my most well thought out skit because it's like I thought the action scene out pretty much to a T. Everything that was going to happen, from the camera movements to how the lightsaber battle was going to go on. Of course, there's always improvisation, but I think it's probably the most well thought out one that I've ever done. So I was really happy with that. We actually made costumes, went to the store, bought material, spray painted some stuff, cut out boxes, made the Mandalorian symbol on his arm. I was really proud of that one. I couldn't believe how awesome the reaction everybody was giving me. I showed it for one of my classes at school, and oh my god, the reaction was beyond believable. Everybody freaking loved it. So that felt really good. But yeah, I freaking love Star Wars. So to do something and feel like I did it a lot better than what I had done last year, just to show the contrast, I was really excited. I couldn't believe that just a year ago we were doing what we were doing with Schism Brothers, and now we've learned so much and we're able to apply that to a Star Wars movie. I thought that was really freaking dope. So yeah.
Alright, so guys, what my last final short film is Runaway. We are ending off the year of 2016 with Runaway, a Star Wars story. In my opinion, I think that's by far one of the best work I've ever done this year, including Reprisal, written and directed by Lewis. I think it's probably the best work, and honestly, I've done so much short films this year. I've done almost hitting every genre that I needed to hit, and there's still more for me to learn. There's so much more for me to learn, and there's so much short films that I need to do. There's so much more ideas that I have in the back of my head that I really want to try out and do. And I think it's the best way to end off with Star Wars because I love Rogue One. Rogue One was freaking amazing. It's my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. And I felt like that movie itself, that trailer itself, inspired me to film Runaway on a beach and show all this action and stuff like that. So that was one of the Star Wars short films that we filmed within that 1 week out of the 3 short films that we had planned out to. It was crazy, but we did it, and hopefully next year will be more short films and more originals and more best ideas for us. Alright guys, so the next Star Wars short film after Reprisal is Runaway. I wrote and directed this one. I think it was great. What inspired me to do this one was the very first trailer for, if not the second trailer for Rogue One. We just saw it recently, yesterday, last night, and it was magnificent. It was epic, okay? I think it's my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. It was just great, and from that trailer alone, it inspired me to do this short film on a beach. I thought we should do it on the beach. I was thinking of a cool action sequence in the water of like TIE fighters shooting and stuff like that. Our visual effects has gotten so much better from the since we started with absolutely nothing and cheesy special effects, and we ended up here with like crazy TIE fighters and lasers, and it all looked real with HD cameras and stuff like that. It was great. I cannot believe how far we've come, honestly. We've started out doing short films with just a flip camera, and it was terrible, and like as time went on, we decided to start directorsjxm, and then from that day we just, I don't know, it's crazy how we went from absolutely have no idea what to do in front of a camera, in terms of acting and directing and producing, editing we went from that to knowing how things are supposed to be run. Yes, we're not perfect, we are not professionals, but we definitely know how it's supposed to be done. We definitely know what we're supposed to do in each department, each field. We have gotten so much better with our work. We are improving, and I'm so proud of the team that worked with. I'm so proud of Louis, and where we've definitely come from. Like, honestly, it's just crazy how from that day, from Lost Luck or Schizo Brothers, now we have Reprisal, a silent short film. There was never a day in my life that I thought that we would do a silent short film, because we were like, we can't even perfect a film with dialogue, so why not? And then it was crazy how I was like, you know, throughout every short film that I've ever done, I've always hated it. I've always, as a director, I always thought that I could have done something better. And it's true, you know, for anybody's work, when you do something, you always thought that you could have done better. But for some reason, I'm actually very proud of Reprisal. I'm actually very, very proud of Runaway, honestly. And believe it or not, I hated acting. I've always wanted to be behind the camera and just direct everybody and just do that, because I want to be a director myself. And from Sleeping Giant, when Lewis asked me to be part of it and told me to act, I was like, oh shoot, how am I supposed to do this? And honestly, he pulled some great acting out of me, and it was great directing from him that gave you guys one of the best performances out there, and honestly, in the short film. And from there on out, you know, it inspired me to do Breaking Point, because I knew from what I had and what I did for Sleeping Giant, I knew it would be great for Breaking Point. And then to all the way to Reprisal with the acting and like all the anger in my face and just using my expressions to tell the story without any dialogue was something that I never thought in a million years that I would do. And on top of that, I didn't want to act in Runaway, but I ended up doing it anyways, and it turned out to be great. So I'm definitely proud of that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I use you for everything.
It's fine.
Because you know, he's actually a lot better than I think he thinks he is, you know? I used him for Sleeping Giant, I used him for Mass Effect, I used him for Reprisal, you used him again for Breaking Point, except I had to come in there. You know, I feel the same way totally. I'd much rather be behind the camera, just telling people how to do it, or writing the story, or something along those lines. Yeah. I can't stand watching myself on screen. I don't think I'm a very good actor myself, so I was really, I think those skits where, you know, we did like Sleeping Giant, where it was just you guys, I think those were my personal favorites. That's why I love Reprisal so much. You know, you guys do absolutely amazing job. You know, even Dennis, Ella, some people that have, you know, just started starring in our short films, you know, they absolutely freaking kill it. I mean, you know, Dennis with his martial arts, we're gonna definitely link up with him again soon. Ella did a great job for someone who had never really done a movie before, or never done the acting at all. Exactly, she did an amazing job. The special effects, I can't believe some of the stuff we've been doing. You know, the lightsabers just in a freaking year. Freaking amazing looking compared to what we did before. Yeah. You know, with Mass Effect Indoctrination, some of the cool scenes with the mind trippiness, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I just can't believe we've done all this, man. I'm proud of you too. I'm proud of the whole freaking JXM team, Sean, Adrian. Yo, we did some pretty great stuff. We've done a lot. Honestly, I've never thought that. Honestly, going into this field, we expected us to be more behind the camera than be in front of the camera, but with budget-wise and hit you when the budget hits you, you know. Yeah, when the budget hits you, you know, we have to give everything we've got, put all of our, you know, sometimes, you know, when big budget movies, they have stunt doubles and stuff like that. No, we will fall and hurt ourselves on purpose just to get the perfect shot. You know, like, honestly, we've come so far, and you know, I don't mind when it comes to like falling or getting hurt, because it's great for the art, you know, that we're doing for the film. It's just great, you know. So I'm actually proud. I'm proud of how far we've come. I'm proud of everything, and I can't wait for what's to come in the year 2017. Yeah, we already got a lot of great stuff planned for you guys. Oh so yeah, keep on watching, because if you think this is good, we're only gonna get better. Yeah, so. It's only get better. So come with us on this journey. All right, guys. So we are not gonna stop. Obviously, here 2017 is gonna be more epic fun for us. We have a lot of things planned. Right now, we thought that we are gonna end off this year with something soft, with a drama short, but with weather-wise, inclement weather and stuff like that, we have pushed it to 2017. I think we're gonna kick the year off with that. All right. So the short film, What We Were, is gonna be starring one of my closest friends, John Mascarenas, and his girlfriend Pauline Valencia. I think they're very great friends of mine, and I've always wanted to do a short film with them, and we've always talked about doing a short film that has that we're not in it at all, or if not, like, we spend more time behind the camera and telling the story and executing the story in terms of being directors. So in this time, we actually have the chance to do that with some great acting and great actors. You know, Pauline is not much of an actor, but she was definitely up for it, and along with John, he said he's a decent actor, so I took that chance. But he's definitely a good friend of mine. He's very close with me, and
He does some of his work too. You guys can check him out. I'll leave a link down below. He does car shoes and stuff like that. He does a lot of cinematography around cars, so we'll leave a link down below for you guys. Define Lifestyle, check him out. So yeah, I think it's gonna be really, really good. What We Were is gonna be about where he used to be with her and where he ends up at the very end. So there'll be a short teaser for that at the very end of the video, so we hope you guys like it. And other things we have planned, a web series. We're looking forward to it. We don't know what's it about. And
we're working on it.
We're working on it. We're gonna start pre-production in February after things that we have planned in January. I think we're filming other 2 short films as well. So we're gonna start doing the web series and pre-production in February, and hopefully do 5 episodes of that, and then finish off the summer with a really, really good, epic, big Star Wars short film. Yes. We're actually, this time, instead of us doing separate Star Wars short film, we're gonna actually team up and write and co-direct together and make this one the biggest Star Wars short film that we've ever done in terms of story, acting, action sequences. It's gonna be good. We have a lot of things planned, and whatever happens next fall, we have not planned anything out yet, but that's all we have until summer.
Yeah.
You want to talk about your next short film?
Yeah, right now we're working on a bit of a comedy mixed with a bit of horror. But more so on the comedy side. We don't have a name for it yet, but it's gonna have something to do with a psycho looking for a friend. So, you know, we're still working on it, working on the script a little bit, but you know, it's coming around. It's been in pre-production for quite a long time. It got the back burner for some of our other stuff like Reprisal. But you know, we want to really wait until we're ready to really tell the story and make it the best thing. So, you know, we're working on it. So you expect that one coming real soon.
Yeah, and within the month of January, we're doing that one. We're doing What We Were, and we're gonna do my next short film. I don't have a name for it yet, but it's gonna be a superhero type of based short film. It's not superhero-y, it's kinda, it's not. And we're trying a special effect that we've been trying to test out and see how it would look in front of the camera before we actually, you know, agree to doing the short film. But yes, look forward to that one also.
Alright guys, well that's it for today. It's been a great year, 2016. Please follow us for 2017. I think it's going to be a great year. At the beginning we said it's the year of JXM, and it truly was. We've done some pretty dope stuff. We've grown so much. We're just going to keep on growing, so stick with us. Anyway, that's it for today guys. I'm Louie, aka The Messiah. You can check my channel over on Messiah Entertainment, link in the description box down below. My boy Johnny over here, otherwise JXB Entertainment, his channel's also in the link down below. Guys, check out some of our older short films from over the years. Mass Effect Indoctrination, Star Wars Reprisal, Runaway coming soon. So we got tons of stuff for you guys, so please check us out. Anyway, that's it for today guys. I'm Louie.
I'm Johnny.
See you guys next time.
Peace. There was a time in my life that I never thought that this would happen. How did I get to this point? How did I find myself so lost? The pain is still here. It keeps coming